Holy shit, we're fucking live. It takes 15 minutes for it to fucking go whenever I decide to press live. But, we're
Always.
here. How the fuck are you guys? We do have OvertFlow joining us within like the next 20 or 30 minutes, unless he decides to randomly message me. So he will be joining us at some point. We have Josh and Myth with us as always. I was going to write some big long intro, but, I'm a lazy piece of shit and decided not to do it literally within the past hour.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, now you froze for a second for me, but I think you're good.
It wasn't my connection. I have no connection issues. It's showing. It's definitely on your end.
And I just installed Ethernet.
You probably have to turn off your firewall for your web browser. That's what I had to do to fix my connection. I don't know how the hell that works, but it does.
Enough with technical issues, though.
I've been doing good. No complaints. Been grinding on RuneScape. Minecraft update came out today for those who pay attention to that. The wild update. Woohoo! I spent 5.5 hours on my hardcore world, totally ready to die and lose the hardcore world, searching for an ancient city and did not find one. So
did you
all you gamers out there?
Did you update your hardcore world to it? Yeah. I haven't played it yet. Do you like it?
I ain't seen shit. I found an absolute meme of a mangrove swamp that was literally like 20 blocks. Like it was like 3 mangrove trees, like right in the middle of a bunch of bombs. I was like, is this one? And it was a complete meme. I haven't really seen any of it.
I was really confused about how they had a swamp in the middle of a desert. And that just honestly didn't make any damn sense.
I think it was a bug. It was
probably
like when you generation terrain issue. It was like just 3 mangrove trees and like there was a mesa and a desert, and then right in the middle of it there was a mangrove swamp for like 10 blocks.
Because isn't the Everglades technically a mangrove swamp, like a large one? But isn't it essentially the same exact thing?
It's supposed to be very wet. Yes. Yeah. It's supposed to be very swampy in a swamp. For some reason, Minecraft decided that's not a thing and decided they can shove swamps in the middle of fucking desert if they damn well please. The main reason I was even looking for one wasn't because I wanted any blocks from it. I was just trying to be absolutely sure that I was in chunks that had not loaded before, Yeah. But no, dude, I got like 7 stacks of diamonds today looking for this and a notch apple, but I did not find an ancient city. I grinded hard on stream today. I did every meta, all the metas that Twitch chat was saying. They were like, oh, people fly down in caverns and they look for sculk blocks. And I did that and I caved myself. Nope, nothing. So maybe try again tomorrow. Maybe get back on.
At least you didn't fly into a wall.
I did fly into a wall. I flew into a lot of walls.
Oh, well, you didn't die. At least.
I lost 2 totems today also.
God.
I tried to gung-ho a pyramid and I've never done that before.
I watched that one.
You saw the pyramid? I got chanced. There was actually water under the desert pyramid. Clips. Yeah, I need that. That one would be a great clip. The water underneath the desert pyramid. Coincidentally, there was water and it saved me because I was half a heart. I got totemed and then I was falling still from the explosion of the TNT. And with half a heart, I would have definitely died. But thankfully,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was water underneath.
You better title that "Felon Dies Trying to Raid," or trying to raid a pyramid.
I was trying to, and I was just goofing around too. I was like, I've never gung-hoed it, and then I didn't realize that once the TNT starts to detonate, that you can't destroy it. I just assumed that once the TNT block in the game, FBI, we're talking about Minecraft, that once the TNT starts to detonate, it's too late to stop it. So
you can't even say in a game. I'm talking about Minecraft now because it just seems like such a meme. Like
and this time it's literal. Yeah, this time it's literal. Like soon there's going to be a law passed that's like if they say in Minecraft, you have to remove the in Minecraft part. And I'm over here just memeing away, being dead serious though,
Yeah, my kids were talking about Minecraft today. They were building a jail for each other so that way they couldn't get out. I was like, yeah, my friends do that to each other.
Yeah, or make obstacle courses. Today, Myth, when I was flying along randomly with my elytra, there was one block just chilling in the middle of the sky. I have no idea why I was there. It was like 150 in the sky, and I landed on it, and I said, Myth taught me well. I was just flying along my elytra, and I was like, look, one block, and I just skirt, bah, right there on it. And I said, look at that. Hey, it worked.
Yeah. At the beginning of the show, I think Minecraft talk has worn out. I apologize.
No worries.
I'm kind of autistic. So I do want to say, hey, we do have a Patreon. We don't really pimp it all that much because, it's kind of beggy, but there is a Patreon. We are changing the tiers and changing what they give. So I did want to talk about it on the show. So that way, if you are a Patreon or you want to become one, you are perfectly able to. We do hangouts twice a month. if you are a part of the $20 tier, and if you are a part of the tier, I think it's like $10 right now, we're going to be doing reaction content and gaming content together, and that will be released early to you, earlier than when everybody else gets to see it on Josh's channel or whatever channel we decide to put it on. So that way, if you guys want to do that, it is in the description down below, and we thank you if you do. We just wanted to lay it out there for you guys if you guys wanted to be a part of it.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that we actually said it. I did want to say it last time, but I completely spaced because I'm retarded. And
we don't shout out the Discord and the Patreon and all that often. So,
well, the Discord is for all the homies.
True. That's a good point.
If you're a part of the Hangouts, then yeah, come join. But like, if you're not, and
I meant the fact that we have a Discord as a subset of the Patreon, I guess is what I meant. We don't really normally shout that stuff out. We don't like to look all grabby, but thank you to those who are supporting, and thank you to those who are considering.
Yeah. No, we tried to come up with quite a few different ideas to see if we could come up with something that was cool and interesting that would incentivize you guys to do something. And that's kind of what we came to. We didn't want to make it so it was completely one-off content for the Patreons, because we felt like that was us trying to create too much content with Josh already struggling and stuff like that. We decided to push that to his channel, so that way he has content to upload, and we wanted to make sure it incentivized you guys by showing it to you guys early, instead of it just being completely one-off and only you guys see it. That kind of, it creates content that nobody else gets, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that everybody kind of got it.
Do we want to talk about Elon Musk trying to back out of buying Twitter?
Is he? I did not know that.
Yeah, so Elon Musk apparently has been trying to back out of buying all the shares. It doesn't seem like he'll be able to. And Zach, I don't know, has he publicly released why he's trying to back out?
He decided it wasn't worth $44 billion, perhaps?
No. So what happened was, he asked them about 2 weeks ago, hey, I want to know what the percentage of your real, actual obtainable accounts are. So I want to know the percentage of accounts that are bot accounts or troll accounts, and I want to know which ones are real, tangible people.
Oh, interesting.
Just to know what essentially the viewer base or the reach of what Twitter actually is.
Sure.
And up until this point, they've refused to say exactly how many bot accounts there are.
Okay.
Because it's like 85 to 90%.
Probably.
Like he's come out publicly saying that he wants the ability to verify a Twitter account available to everybody, which is huge. Mm-hmm. Being able to verify who you are would be fucking huge.
Yep.
Whether that's ID verification, birth certificate verification, just being able to verify who you are, where you live, and what you do is a huge fucking thing, because then it takes it away from just journalists and even puts it into people that just started their job or whatever. People like me who tries to get guests on here, tries to help out a little bit on PK. Like, that would add a lot of credibility to me. So I could see where that would be beneficial.
They can make it, even if they wanted to have like the, current verified system, and they can make another verified system just proving that you're an actual person.
Yeah.
I wonder the comparison of bots on Twitter to TikTok. What do you think has more?
So places where there would be content, I would assume bots would be higher. I would assume Twitter is probably about 20%.
Yeah, I was clearly exaggerating.
Yeah, whether that's
that's
parody accounts, fake accounts, bot accounts, whatever you're talking about, I would assume that's about 20%. I even have 3 accounts that are fake versions of me. So I would assume that places where content would be about 30-35%, because you're going to have the influx of viewership, which then adds you into the algorithm and kind of pushes you farther.
Yep. Also botting services, things like that.
What did he try to lower the value or back out of the deal entirely here?
So with the crash of the stock market and everything fluctuating so much, the Twitter stock has gone down and Tesla stock has gone down. So he's like, hey, if I'm leveraging my Tesla stock in order to buy Twitter, I need the price to come down and reflect what changes have happened since.
Like, he's had a percentage fall. So
I've had a percentage fall. You guys have had a percentage fall. So can we please accommodate the differences in between your stock price, my stock price, and what I'm trying to purchase it for? The big problem is he legally, because I don't know where the contract actually gets stated. So I am touching on gray area here, but there's a point where he no longer can back out.
And is he past that point?
From what I've read, he is past the point where he can back out of this legal obligation at all.
To drop 44 bill.
He has to purchase. But are they actually going to force a billionaire to purchase something? And that's the more interesting kind of question and what's going to happen.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to legality, if you have enough money, there's always a loophole out there for you. There's always something.
There will be.
It's never just...
Like you just throw solid for like 10 seconds. That just can of soda on the screen.
That's for
I don't know. I don't.
Nothing can happen.
I will.
Mostly we're audio. It's all good. We're mostly audio people, anyways. As far as him owing it, is that just because, like, I mean, I could ostensibly see it being somebody that's that rich that has. When you hear somebody, when Elon Musk says, "I'll buy Twitter for $44 billion." Don't get me wrong. I think the dude has a lot of like either delusions of grandeur or bipolar or something like that. Like whatever Kanye West got going on, it seems like he's got that. But I believed him. I took him at his word. He's the kind of guy that can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that where I could see that being a thing is that stock prices and shit change when people like him speak. When he speaks and says something like that, there's a very real ripple in the economies of what he's talking about. We've seen that time and time again with stocks that he speaks about, even meme coin and things like that. He speaks and it quakes, and it seems like he relishes that fact. It seems like he absolutely loves to just, throw these words out that cause these ripples. But it seems like now he's kind of being taken to task for it, because I'm not a business expert. I'm a high school dropout, but I can say that when a guy walks around with as much money and power as he does, talking about how he's going to buy out this public company, that's going to cause some issues for some people's jobs, for some stocks, for some projections, for some quarterly, bottom line projections or whatever. I don't know how all that shit works, but it sounds like they're going to take him to task for it. Like, hey, you can't just throw this shit out there and say all this and fuck the impact. If you're going to say this, you're going to stand behind it and do it. But I could be totally off base. Maybe that's not why they're holding him.
Nowadays, he's a bit more careful than he was in the past. He's had some FCC issues. And has been called on because of things that he has said in the past that lead towards some sketchy trading laws.
Almost insider area to an extent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how he can tweet about things or talk about things like Dogecoin and stuff like that. The price rises and he doesn't get actually affected by the situation itself. Now, obviously, when he says something, he sees the difference in what can actually happen. So now that he's looking at things like Twitter stock and stuff like that, the actual reflection of what he's saying and what he's doing does have a reaction in Twitter's price. Him coming forward and trying to purchase it, it increased the price. So did they have to increase the price for his purchase as well? Like it does. I think it does lead to the question of, hey, if there is a huge drop in a stock because somebody offers to buy something, does that purchase price drop? Because then there's not as much want or need for that thing to be purchased.
Yeah.
Because the price reflects.
He has a good argument, in my opinion. He has a good argument. Is that what you're saying? Like,
I think so as well.
The valuation of both companies is reduced significantly, and it's not worth what that banner that he raised a few months ago was,
And it really depends on the terms of conditions of what they signed.
True.
Of probably what's going to happen here. I mean, if he wants to back out and Twitter doesn't want him to, there's going to be a massive legal battle, and it'll probably just end in either him getting the price he wants or just, getting out of it.
He'll declare bankruptcy on some loophole and come right back out of it.
I think this is what happens. I think because of this, Twitter stock drops even farther. And the price change in between Twitter stock and Tesla stock, Twitter stock will be lower percentage-wise than Tesla stock. And I think that will influence them to drop the price that he has to purchase it at, which then influences his Tesla stock at a higher rate, which is probably about what's going to happen. They're going to refinance the deal because of what's going on.
I'm also going to say that I'm kind of surprised to an extent, even though I'll contradict myself. I just got done saying that he's the guy that, you know, when he says something like, I'll buy it for $44 billion, you believe him. But at the same time, at this point, I've learned to not be excited at his broad proclamations of some future shit going on. The Hyperloop tunnels and the Neuralinks and all this crazy shit that every time he does it, there's all these huge articles, and Elon Musk says by 2020, blah, 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 blah. And ain't a damn thing happened. I mean, I'm not saying Tesla cars aren't amazing. I'm not saying he's done nothing for science. I'm not making that claim, but I got to take what he says with a grain of salt now.
It's not like there's not development being done, but not to what he's saying.
Right, he'll make some claim and just like,
and it's 100% he uses it as funding. He'll go out there and give this exaggerated timeline that's never going to happen, and then push some product with the Boring Company or something like that in order to fund these projects. And it's just used as advertising that, oh, if we do this, we can get it done this fast. Never going to happen.
Right. No. And then realistically, I guess, we didn't quite get that much money, so we're looking at 15 years. So thank you for the funding. And now let's do what we were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like when he starts stepping on what he says he's going to do and starts pushing forward in what he's going to do, he achieves things faster than what most people expect him to. And depending on which company it is, it's much, much faster than what any other person possibly could do. Like him getting the rockets that drive themselves back to the ground is thoroughly impressive. And he achieved it faster than NASA even contemplated doing it. So that's huge. But with things like Tesla, he still doesn't have completely autonomous vehicles. And he talked about that 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like there is differences in what the hell is going on. But like, it's just odd. It really is.
I think he is like an optimistic guy. Like, I think he purposely does exaggerate how fast he's going to get things done. But I think he thinks that he can push people in order to try to get it done faster than reality allows.
Or perhaps he thinks he's crunched a problem and solved it that in reality he's going to hit a wall with. I mean, I thought the Hyperloop tunnel things looked awesome or whatever they were called. I don't know why that never came to fruition. Just lack of funding again.
So they're digging the tunnels. They had to get permits, and it starts in California because where the Boring Company is.
Then they had to go all the way up the entire country, I guess, getting permits.
Yeah, basically.
For every square foot from south to north. Damn.
Well, I think digging has just started back up. Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, probably
every county as well. So every locality that you go through, every county has to sign off on it. So like even when you build a Walmart, that county and that town has to sign off on you building that Walmart there. So I would assume even if you're building infrastructure like things like the Hyperloop, every single locality is going to have to sign off on that for that to work.
Hundreds of counties probably.
Yeah.
Well, they can't even start building until they probably secure the permission of everyone. How do they know they're not going to get to the last two of them? And one of these cunts is like, nah, fam. No, sir, bullet Hyperloop my ass. No, thank you. Take that shit to the next patent office. We're not doing that here. No, sir. And so, I mean, I could see that being a slow process for sure. I remember them discussing, though, in the magazine that I was reading about it in 2013, I think. Like literally 10 years ago, I think, that I was reading about the Hyperloop. And they were talking about, though, how like the windows would be distanced, what was it, like every 30 yards or so, and that would give you the same resolution as a movie because of the speed it was moving at. Like you look out the window, and once it gets to speed, you no longer notice that there's only a small hole every 10, 20 yards or whatever. But at the speed that you're moving, you're not going to see any darkness or any flickering whatsoever. It's at the exact same frame rate as a movie. I was like, damn, that's kind of nuts. It'll be just like a perfect window at that speed. Because our eyes just won't pick it up, I was like, that's kind of nuts. The same way you don't see a movie flicker, we don't see the individual frames of it. Our brain just kind of mushes it all together.
Or like the old school screens where there's that flicker that goes up and down the screen in order to render the resolution as well.
Have you guys seen that in slow motion where it films like every pixel going straight down and then across?
So great. I saw it on YouTube.
I know you guys probably have felt this or felt something similar to this. The first time I took my prescribed Adderall, the world
prescribed Adderall. Yeah, he always gets started off with prescribed Adderall.
Yes, right, sorry, I take it as prescribed. But the first time that I took that, it literally the entire world slowed down and like my brain processed everything super, super quickly. So like I could see the breaks in the line where you could pass cars on the side of the road and shit like that. And like normally you can't see that shit. It's so broken up. You don't see the scattered line.
But at the same time, that probably made us more
from
normal people are.
Like if you go on YouTube and watch everything on 2 times speed, and it seems really fast at first, but then it normalizes. And once you go back to normal speed, you're like, this is so slow. How was I doing this before?
Absolutely.
It's the difference between, normal and the new.
Yeah, people say that that's a terrible way to do things, but personally, if I used to have trouble with a guitar solo, I would crank instead of slowing the metronome down for cleanliness, and this is not what most musicians recommend, I would do the opposite. I'd crank the BPM up like 30, play the solo like that 10 times, absolute slop, missing every single note, back it back up to the actual speed, and I'm like, oh, we're cruising. This is a blues solo,
Yeah,
it's all about perspective. A little perspective.
I used to play Guitar Hero on Hyperspeed 5. Regardless of what the song was, I would play it on Expert Hyperspeed 5.
And then whenever you play it on normal expert, you're like, I'm going to sleep.
No, the spacing on Hyperspeed 5 is completely different. It doesn't speed up the song. It just spaces the notes out farther.
You have a smaller window of accuracy to do it.
You have it's more accurate, but in Through the Fire and Flames, it looks essentially like the notes touch all the way through the entire song.
Right.
But then it shows entire frets in between the individual notes. So if you can train your eyes to look at the spacing in between the notes, you're actually able to hit a higher percentage of them compared to normal expert because you have more spacing. It's more of a timing thing.
I was always told that Hyperspeed, that there was a gimmick to it, that it's not as hard as you think it is. Like Hyperspeed 5 sounds insane, but I remember somebody being like, no, once you figure it out, it's not. He was like, it's similar to how you would normally play it because they can't speed the song up. He told me that same exact thing. The song isn't going any faster. So the notes can't really be spaced differently as far as on the beat, that your accuracy can only be fine-tuned. I guess that's what he was trying to explain to me because I didn't play on fucking Hyperspeed 5.
Yeah, I think the difficulty comes from the accuracy, but it makes the notes spaced out more, which makes it super more consistent in order to be able to hit it because then you can see it before it's coming.
But you also have less reaction time.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like you have to immediately be able to react to it, but it kind of looks like you've got, it's going to look a little more clear to your mind, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then as you get trained more and more into what you're doing and what you're playing, it then becomes more acclimated. It's going to join any minute now, just that way the fans know and everybody knows. He just messaged me and let me know that he is home and he will be here in just a few minutes.
All right.
He's not skipping out.
I got a weird personal story, by the way.
Okay.
It's not really a story, I guess, just a weird fun fact about me. Myth talking about this perspective thing. Somebody first explained that to me about how like perception is everything when I was a little bit younger. And when I was like 11 years old, I decided that for sake of this perception that I've been hearing about, I was going to start taking stairs 2 at a time. Still to this day, I take stairs 2 at a time. It drives me fucking insane now. I should have never done that. I hate taking stairs 1 at a time. It feels like I'm doing tons of work for very inefficient movement. I should have never done it. My wife's noticed it. Like everybody knows that I absolutely have 100% of the time. Now I'll walk down them normally. I'm not really sure why that is, but going upstairs, I really only take them 1 at a time if I'm in like a professional ass setting where people don't need to see me taking 2 stairs at a time. Like if I was going to court or something, in that instance, I'm going to take 1 stair at a time. But climbing up any other set of stairs in public, in my house, whatever, I take 2 at a time. Because when I was a kid, I was like, hey, you know what? This perception thing. I bet if I start taking stairs 2 at a time, then eventually taking 1 at a time will seem really slow.
I wish that
that's a weird thing to choose.
I was a weird kid, man.
As stupid as that sounds, I wish stairs were standardized. So that way they're always the same length, because you'll sometimes get the like half a foot stairs.
Yeah.
So that way you feel fucking retarded. And I have size 14 feet. If these stairs are not deep enough for my feet, do you know how many times I fall?
Yeah, you got to like walk sideways up them because you barely get your toe on there.
Yeah. It's not efficient for the amount of leg movement you have to do for small
It's usually
stairs.
like older houses that have stuff like that, or older buildings.
I've lived in this house 5 years now, and I fall down like the last 2 or 3 stairs at least once a month because I miss a stair.
Because they're so thin.
No, they're not even thin. They're not even like not the same depth. It's just like I don't count them as I go down them. So like, I'm like, oh, I'm at the bottom, and I go to step and I'm like, oh yeah, I just missed 3 stairs.
I can do that in the dark maybe, but you guys, I'm pretty like, I don't know if this is autistic, I suppose is the word. But like I count stairs as I go up them all the time. Like anytime really? I'm like,
I've heard of people doing that. I've never done that. Even whenever I'm taking them 2 at a time, it'd be easy for me. I could just multiply by 2.
It's a very, very clumsy thing to pay attention to, because like if you pay attention to those things, you're less likely to be clumsy. So like if you're somebody who falls and stuff downstairs,
if you tend towards clumsiness, then you probably tend to not keep track of those type of details. That makes sense. Yeah.
When you're clumsy and you have ADHD, which is a normal
combo.
Thing. Yeah, it's a normal symptom of ADHD, actually. If you count the stairs, you know where you're at, so you won't fall, which makes it more consistent.
Like, there's 3 sets of stairs in my house. I can tell you how many stairs are in every one.
Did you know that on the first day, or did you eventually memorize it?
It maybe took like a week to get all of them.
So even though you counted them the first time, you didn't have them just straight memorized off the
Yeah, because it's like subconscious. It's not like I'm counting them like out loud or anything. It's just like almost like in the back of my head. It's like a back thought almost.
I understand what you mean, yeah. You just kind of in the back of your mind keeping a record of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a consistency thing. I remember my house that I lived in like a private gated community, like 2 or 3 houses ago. It had 27 stairs, and it was like a modular 2-story building. I was like, why the hell would you put 27 fucking stairs? It's the most random fucking number in a house that you built specifically for the space. Why the fuck 27? Because it makes no fucking sense.
That sounds like a big ass staircase.
Yeah. Did it like zigzag or what?
Stairs?
No, it was straight up. Yep. It started.
It sounds like a Minecraft base. My God.
Okay. So this house was oddly shaped anyway. So when you walk in the front door, there was like a glassed in room where like half the room was glass. So from like waist up, the entire room was glass. This room, if you walked into it and it was 90 degrees outside, it was fucking hot because it had no circulation at all. And then when you walked in the front glass door, the door just missed the front stair, like the first stair. So it went from the front door all the way to the back of the house.
Oh.
To go up the stairs. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. But the only distance in between the top of the stairs and the back of the house was a bathroom. So literally then the bathroom door opened and barely cleared the stairs, so that way you didn't hit whoever was walking up the stairs.
You remember the Yo Mama joke they said in the late 90s? Yo Mama's so poor I walked in her front door and accidentally stepped out the back door. That's almost sounds exactly like that. Except with some stairs involved. I went down the stairs and I was out the house.
That was the biggest house I've ever lived in, which is the weirdest part.
Well, I mean, it had 27 fucking stairs in it. Right? Yeah. So yeah, it was huge. You got a 27 stair house, you know? I mean,
like my living room
1 3/4-ish stories.
My living room now is smaller than my bedroom that I had there.
Damn.
And we were renting to own that house. The reason that house like fell through is because like my parents stopped paying their half of the bills and stuff. So literally it went from, okay, you're paying the rent because that's when your money gets here, to now either I pay the rent or I pay all of the bills and everything. And it's like, okay, we're just going to separate again and everything will be okay. It's fine.
Let's just not do this again.
Yeah. It's just, can we just like not?
Yeah, just not, and everything's okay.
This is a weird thing from my childhood, and let me know if you guys ever had anything like this. In my parents' room, there was a like door that led to the attic, and the attic didn't have any lights in it, or it might have had like, pull string lights, but I was too little to like reach them or anything. And there was pipes in there. So every time I stepped in there, I remember vividly thinking that there was a river running through the attic. Made no sense because it was on the second floor. Water, but you would always hear water when you were in there, and it was pitch black. You could not see a thing.
So you just assumed there was a roaring river in there?
I was super young, right? Like
Narnia.
So the only house that I had an attic in actually is the biggest house I lived in. It's the one that I lived in the same town as the one I just talked about, but it was like an old Victorian style house. I think I showed you. You were in the voice call when I showed everybody Myth. Mm-hmm. Like this house had 5 floors, and it was fucking huge. But I lived in it when I was like 5, so memory's a bit sketch, but like I'll be able to tell it. So it had 3 rooms that were connected. There was a living room, a formal dining room, and a dining room, all connected with a kitchen that came out of the formal dining room, with like a hallway that connected to the kitchen that connected to the back porch. And then you went upstairs to like a full another floor that was that size of like 3 bedrooms that were the same size with a bathroom. And then there was an attic. And then I never went up in that attic because like the stairs were like the old school wooden stairs that went like straight fucking up. But we're always there. Like you opened a door and there was static stairs that were always there. They didn't move. They were just like super, super steep. But there's 2 crazy stories that happened in that house. One, a ghost came and played with the baby toys that happened that Christmas. And that was really rather interesting. Like all of the toys that were put out for Christmas started going off.
Oh.
In the packaging.
That's crazy. Like
that's pretty
wrapped
creepy.
up in presents. Like
yes, wrapped up. So this happened twice.
I've been leaving.
So it happened twice that night. Once when my parents were bringing down the presents and putting them under the tree, they finally finished and sat down for a minute, drank some coffee, and then went to bed. And when they were drinking coffee, they all started going off. And then when I woke up and I woke up my sister and I woke up my parents, we all went downstairs. And as we started opening the presents, everything started going off. The only present that didn't go off was my old hotel TV that they bought me to play video games on.
Did they just stop or did
they just randomly stopped. So like we would open them up and they would be lit up because they were baby toys. So like you know what a baby toy looks like. It's all of those like light up things that are
aggravating,
with
loud music, fucking baby sharks screaming, damn fucking.
And then
toys are aggravating, and all of them going off at once is scary enough in and of itself. Let alone when they're wrapped up and fucking doing it simultaneously.
It was about the October, November before that. This house also had a basement that was like shitty concrete flooring, but not like fully dirt. So like there was dirt seeping through the cracks and shit like that.
Right.
Like it was done poorly or it cracked or whatever. And a really, really sketchy door to get down to the basement. It was like a screen door almost. And then it was the doors that you open. It was like a screen door with like a half a room where the doors, the storm doors were. And you would go down the 2 or 3 stairs and you'd be in the basement. And this one night we heard the storm doors bang open because nobody ever opens them fucking quietly. They just are always fucking loud. So they get opened and you hear bang, bang, bang. So my stepdad goes downstairs because like those doors don't fucking open by themselves.
Yeah, like big heavy storm doors.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna flap.
Storm doors inside a room. It's not even just like storm doors outside.
Exterior storm doors, yeah.
So they bang all over the place. My stepdad goes downstairs, sees fucking nothing. Even the light is off. We weren't doing laundry at the time. The dryer was off. And nothing fucking came of this.
Wow.
They ended up calling the cops and clearing the entire basement. Nothing was there. The storm doors were open and they were normally closed, but there was nobody in there.
He teleported.
There was who the fuck knows? But that was probably that house. My entire family calls the ghost house. The house before that was the bee house. The house before that was the murder house, and that was the ghost house.
But soon you have to transcend all and go to the murder ghost bee house, the final boss,
the murder
house.
The murder of bee
when I
stair house, Minecraft block house.
When I stopped being the kid in the situation, I stopped naming houses, and my kids didn't continue it on, so it's okay.
We still call them by the street because my mom lived in like 10 houses since we moved to Oxford. We still call them by the road. That we
I moved.
Yeah, I do that too.
My grandmother does something else though. My grandmother does have names for the houses. Like she calls one like the Daffodil House. One the Swing Set House. My grandmother does that, but with my mom and like with us, we just call it by the name of the road. Like or like the county road because a lot of times we were broke living out in the damn county and say out there on County Road 417 or whatever.
So if you include my kids, I've gone to every single school district that is in my county, except one that borders the county that's north of mine. So like the school districts split in between the counties. I've been to every other school district, or my kids have been to every school district except one.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I was in the same school, just a lot of houses.
Yeah, that was mostly for me. I switched schools once or twice, and then I switched a lot of houses, but stayed in the same school.
I flipped schools
Rather,
4 times, and my kids swapped schools 3 times.
Yeah. Sometimes we didn't live in the right district, but would like use my aunt's address.
I was going to say, I'll just loopholed it. We had to do that with my dad's house. My dad's address was inside the limits. Yeah.
Josh, did you ever have any paranormal stories from any prison or jail?
Not that I can really think of that I witnessed with my own eyes that I can say was something where like I was thoroughly stunned. I can say I did learn a few things. I don't know if I've talked about it on here before or not, but did I ever tell you about how I had a cellmate that was I think I have talked about that. It was a Northern Druid pagan. Tell you all about that guy?
Think so. I think we might have touched on the basis of the story, but didn't tell the story.
It was very interesting. It's not too terribly much of a story, I guess.
Is this where he cursed the other guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was on the podcast or if I just said that in the hangout one time. I feel like I told that on the podcast, but just in case anybody missed it, the too long didn't read of it was I am not an atheist. For a long time of my life, I was an atheist for like 12 years. 6 years of that, I was a practicing non-theist Buddhist. I'm not anymore, but anyways, I was at this time. And I had a Northern Druid pagan cellmate. It's a white supremacist religion as far as I'm concerned. It's the old Scandinavian, Vikings and all that stuff with, Odin and the eye patches and the 8-legged steed, all that old stuff, all that, I don't know. He used to say stuff like all non-white races came from, products of things going against God and all this crazy stuff. And that's just not a good place for me to be talking. When OvertFlow jumps in, what's up, homie? Good to see you.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good to see you, dude.
Rocking the cat ears and everything. Glowing RGB cat ears.
Big cat.
You gotta be careful. Wow. You might turn on Myth right now.
Oh, God, no.
What's up, you guys? Sorry for being late. You know me. I'm absolutely terrible at being on time to anything in my life. But I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah,
man. It's always a blast having you on. We wanted to start a little bit early, so that way me and Josh can get to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you were even late so much as we moved the goalpost just a bit, man,
Yeah.
No, you didn't. I thought you were avoiding me, actually. You guys were like, we're actually moving it. And I was like, oh, they're hoping that I'm late and then they're early so that I don't even have to be on, is what I works out perfect.
It works out perfectly. Exactly. Plot twist.
So, first off, fucking congratulations on your black belt. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
thank you.
Zach completely stole that from me. I mentioned it to him as soon as I hopped in here.
I've been talking to Overt for like a fucking week, man.
We be DMing all the time.
Yeah.
When'd you get a black belt, man? Damn.
I got my black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu last Monday.
Yeah, it was like,
congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, bro.
How long you been training?
And it was just your birthday, so.
Yeah, and my birthday was Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a hell of a week.
What a week, man. It's honestly, bro, not only did I do that, I'm top 70 on TikTok for streaming. Oh, so like that happened. I just closed a ton of brand deals. Been streaming with all the FaZe boys like every day. I actually just came from dinner. I did jiu-jitsu, had birthday dinner with them, and then black belt, birthday, TikTok stream, just everything. It's been a crazy week, man. It's very exciting. Awesome, I've been training since I think somebody asked how long I've been training, since I was 15 in 2007. So
yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is
amazing, man.
Pretty much the hardest black belt to get.
Yeah,
Myth was born like 5 years before that.
Nice. Myth barely existed. Yeah, Myth barely existed at that time.
Barely a thought.
Congrats, man. That's a hell of a lot of determination and work ethic, man. Congrats for that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Breaking down that sentence, I know you guys are like not Call of Duty guys, but the fact that we were just included in a sentence with FaZe is kind of like fucking with my mind a little bit. That's kind of weird.
Look, I haven't played a whole lot of Call of Duty, as I mentioned earlier in my stream, but come on, I know the almighty FaZe. You don't come on now.
It's just crazy to think that, I watched those guys and now I'm being included in a sentence. That's kind of
good to have
a
you.
Weird place.
Zach's fanboying right now.
Yeah. No, every fucking time, man. So I haven't said this publicly, so I'll tell this story. Whatchamacallit? So Hutch came on PK probably like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And I told him, I was like, dude, I've been a fan since like the time that I found YouTube. You were like one of the first people that I watched. And then everybody started comparing me and telling me that I looked like you.
So I see that.
Like that like connection was the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
I googled it after I saw people saying it, and I was like,
okay,
yeah,
all right,
okay.
I'm like the slightly chunkier Hutch. It's kind of
slightly
weird.
chunkier.
Wait a minute, what?
You're still so skinny.
I'm 3 inches taller than him. I'm at least 20 pounds heavier than him.
All right, well,
that's not chunky though. That's just high.
Chunkier. He didn't say chunky. He said chunkier.
It's all relative.
Right? Yeah, we were talking
it's
about.
It's all relative. I was not wrong. And
I was not wrong.
I was not.
He's
wrong.
he's like, dude. At some point, it gets old. But right now, you're in the time where meeting everybody is the coolest fucking thing in the world, and everything else. Also, now that PJ's here, I can say this. I didn't get to say this before. We had somebody who is now a New York Times article accomplice on the podcast. So shout out Wings. That was really fucking cool. Yeah. I didn't have a whole media tour that I had to collaborate with and create because you flamed PK. So I'm very happy on how that turned out. And I didn't have to help the boys fix a whole bunch of shit that you burned down. So awesome. It's kind of cool to be a part of that, at least tangentially related. So that was kind of cool too. Yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting, man. Congrats. I like
our biggest move is we just signed with iHeart. I'm not sure exactly what all that entails. I don't know if Zach had mentioned that to you, but iHeart's distributing us now, right?
Guys.
Yeah, no, we did sign with iHeartRadio like a week ago. That was fucking awesome. But
the only reason I'm confused is because they have so many companies with them when we were signing up for this that, like, I guess the proper term for us to say is iHeartRadio, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I don't even know like specifically who all is like.
It doesn't even matter. Just say the biggest one that you're signed to. Like, for example, I was in Forbes, and people are like. Whenever I say I was in Forbes or I have it featured in my bio or whatever, because I think that's huge to me. You know,
yeah, that is huge.
Anybody. And so whenever anybody asks, like, what specifically, I don't say Forbes, this article for this thing for gaming. I say, you ever heard of 30 under 30? Yeah, I was in it when I was under 30. So, yeah, I wasn't actually in the 30 under 30 list, but I was under 30 and I was in Forbes. Easy explanation. Who are you signing
that counts.
iHeartRadio. Done.
Exactly.
You know?
It's under their podcast production team, but like, fuck it, man. It's the same fucking thing.
Basically.
It doesn't matter if it's .ru, you know,
nope.
at the end of the URLs or whatever. I'm just kidding. It's not like that. We did not get scammed. I'm just kidding.
It's just some Indian company out there.
They just got shut down by Mark Rober. We're good, guys.
The E has like a little line over it.
So, OvertFlow, how the hell have you been, brother? It's been a while. How's everything going?
Everything's been going great. Actually, you know what? To be honest, since the last time I was on, it's good. It's like completely gotten better. So when I was on the last time, I had just come off of like this huge high of crushing TikToks, and then I was kind of in a lull period. The last time I was on, I was kind of like trying to figure out the next wave, because that's what this whole game is finding the next wave. You know, you have to, either pick up the next game or find the next best platform or be a part of the next wave. It's all like surfing, man. If you don't surf the wave, you're going to drown. And that's why you see people who are popping for a year and then they disappear forever. So it's all part of finding the next wave all the time. So last time I was on, I had just come off of that huge high of making TikToks and absolutely crushing it on TikTok. But then my numbers kind of dipped and I wasn't uploading as much. So it's kind of like slow. And then I was like running some other people's social medias and doing some like consulting and strategic advice for some companies. And now I'm back into my own content mode again, where I'm streaming on TikTok every day. We're ranked number 70 for all of TikTok streaming. And yesterday I pulled 4,000 concurrent viewers on my stream and 300,000 unique.
Is it like IRL content or
gaming? I'm just doing gaming streams. So I'm part of TikTok's like gaming program. Okay. And so I have early access to like streams and subscribers and all that stuff over there. So I'm just playing Fortnite. Fortnite gets the most views, so I'm playing Fortnite, and I'm kind of stomping all these kids. They can't handle it, right? But yeah, still in no build? Yeah, I'm still playing zero build. There's still zero build in the game. I thought they might remove it, but it turns out that they're leaving it in because it's such a huge success with like all the people who are Call of Duty kids like myself.
Yeah, that's all these the only way I'd play it.
You see, and there's so many people like you. There's so many people that haven't touched Fortnite in months or even years that liked it when it first came out, but now everybody's building 2-story, 10-story mansions. The zero build brought back all those people, so they're keeping it, man. And it's so much fun. I have so much fun with it. We streamed with all the FaZe boys the other day. We had a squad of 4 FaZe boys, and we pulled I think that I pulled 4K concurrent. One of the other guys pulled 10K. Another guy pulled 3K and 3K. And collectively, I don't know the other guy's numbers, but me and Clips, he pulled 970,000 viewers that day, unique viewers, and I pulled 350,000 unique viewers.
Fucking insane.
Wow.
So those numbers are crazy. That's like those are the numbers that you see when you're looking at somebody like a Ninja or a Cypher or a Nikkei 30 or a typical gamer. You know, these are the biggest of the biggest. But TikTok is so new, man, that people don't totally respect the platform yet or the live streaming capability. I'm telling you, man, the stuff that's coming out on TikTok is going to make TikTok not only a viable competitor, but it's going to make it, I believe that it could be easily bigger than Twitch and rival YouTube easily for streaming.
Oh, Ricada made me shit my pants the other day. So a week after we had him on, the end of the Amber Heard trial happened. He had 125K concurrent. He had 125K concurrent. And I was like,
that's so crazy.
Dude, that's fucking insane. Like, we were excited about the 500 that he brought, and like, who the hell knows where that comes and goes from? But like, 125K is fucking mind blowing.
It's not only mind blowing, bro. These numbers are like unheard of unless you're literally the top guy in the world. You know what I mean? Like these numbers are absolutely insane. And so, I've been doing ad slots on my streams for 4 hours a pop. You know, for a good amount of money, a nice little bag. I could buy a used car with it. And bro, people have been eating those up. Like all these companies hit me up, and they're loving the results they're getting from it, the analytics that I show them, and the people that are actually the eyeballs that are on their product. And then it's been crazy, bro. The company's been happy. I've been very happy. You know, bought a couple new watches. Stuff has been great.
Yeah,
no, I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think the live stream feature on TikTok is still pretty unknown. Like most people,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. See, most people don't.
Until Overt said it. When Overt said
so
it, like,
I think that even it pulling these insane numbers, there's so much more room to grow when it becomes more popular and more known out there, and it will definitely keep rising.
That's why we're trying to grow the podcast on TikTok. Remember, Josh, we were talking with Overt after the last episode about that thing that I'm not going to say overtly.
Overtly.
This thing, so that way you're not looking so confused.
Also, you guys, my internet is being crappy. Just let me know, because all day today it's been so like unstable. I don't know what the heck's up. I pay $1 billion a month for internet, and it's like it's crazy. Oh yeah. We were talking about those things.
Yeah, those things.
Do you want me to talk about that? In
general, you can.
In general. I don't know if we're on the same page here, because my brain's fried from getting choked by UFC fighters. But yeah, so TikTok is definitely they gotta be coming out hypothetically with contracts the same way as Twitch and YouTube. And I think that once that happens, you're gonna see a huge shift in creators going from because TikTok, I don't know if you know,
expecting one
and
soon,
especially with so many people, like there's been a huge flow of people switching from Twitch to YouTube. I think.
What are you saying, OvertFlow?
Yes, a huge OvertFlow from Twitch to YouTube. So once TikTok comes out with contracts, it will definitely pull streamers who want to leave Twitch.
And I'll tell you firsthand, man, what TikTok offers. Not only are they the most, they're the best platform that I've ever worked with in how they treat me. And on top of that, the money that they offer is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, I'll tell you right now, just between us, I'm not going to say numbers specifically, but I've been paid more for a few hours streaming from TikTok than I've been offered for a year contract from some of these other platforms.
Wow.
Like, it's actually nuts.
And it seems like numbers grow, whether it's subs, likes, or whatever on TikTok. Once they start rolling, they don't stop. Where YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, it kind of seems like if you slow down a little bit on any of them, all of them slow down completely.
Well, I think TikTok has one of the most genuine algorithms out there as well, where if you sit there and watch the video all the way through, if you like the video, it's going to give you more of that person, more of that type of content. Well, YouTube is constantly messing with their algorithm and trying to tweak it in different ways that make people confused, and they don't know how to, use it to their advantage or just
YouTube runs with the wrong shit sometimes, man. I'll look up something because I need an instruction on something, and then all day for the next week I'm getting recommended videos about some random left-handed underwater basket weaving bullshit that I needed to do for 1 minute. they come out with The
cool thing about TikTok too is like you were saying on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, you'll find that the more followers you get, if your video views or likes or engagement isn't keeping up with the amount of followers you have, it actually suppresses the rest of your content, right? But with TikTok, it's not really that way. Each video is judged kind of off of itself. So I have close to 2 million followers. I have a video that I uploaded today that got 5K views because obviously people aren't engaging with it. It's got 5,000 views. Sucks. The other video I uploaded today, 170,000 views because people engaged with it. So it's not like TikTok's going to suppress my content because I have a certain amount of followers and only got this many views. It judges each video on its own merits, which is super nice. Yeah. Super nice.
Yeah, we had another guest on. His name's Verlicify. He's one of the fans of PK, and he does Pokemon content. And because he shit on a few of the other bigger creators because like he didn't agree with how they held themselves up in the gaming sphere because like he's so on the straight and narrow of what he thinks is right and wrong. Like YouTube suppresses him completely. Like he'll create content now and it went from like hundreds of thousands of views to 2,000 views.
Yeah.
And his channel's like essentially dead. A 500 sub channel is just dead. And I told him, I was like, there's so many things that you can do. It's just exploring and trying to do it. He's like, it's not even worth my time. I'm uploading to like make ends meet.
And that's why so many people on YouTube will just fall out of nowhere and completely lose their career because once it goes down, it's down forever on YouTube almost.
It's unless super hard to get back going up.
Unless you hit that like sweet spot again, completely changing things up.
Yeah, he told us he had like $20,000 months for like almost a full year. And I'm like, that's fucking insane.
And that's a pretty, I mean, not small channel, but, moderate size.
If you're not clearing 1 million views, I remember hearing everybody talk about how like SEO and shit, if you don't do it correctly and you don't abide by what the hell is going on content-wise, that you're not making any money. Hearing people say, oh yeah, I made $20,000 a month during my heyday, and they're clearing like 500K views a video. It's like, dude, I was shown the wrong things this entire time. It's like you guys were bad mouthing people trying to make ends meet at the beginning, and saying that you weren't making ends meet when you were making thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Not you specifically. I'm just saying like the
prevailing attitude.
Yeah. Overt's TikToking right now.
Either TikTok or Instagram.
Little Instagram posts.
Yeah. Were you involved at all with the Creator Clash? Were you there? Did you see it?
I was somewhat involved. I knew the people who were putting on the promotion, and I actually am going to be doing some future business with them. Awesome. But they asked me if I was potentially interested in boxing on it as well.
But I'm assuming you're much too trained for that, right? They were like, we're not trying to go that hard. This is for fun.
No, they had like
Josh,
the doctor guy had been boxing since
Dr. Mike
years. Yeah, Dr. Mike. He had been boxing for years.
Yeah.
He's talking about doing professional fights for like the next couple of years until
we're all like
interesting. All right,
that's exciting, and we're all becoming pro fighters. So I got offered my pro card as well for boxing. And Josh, this is why I'm saying you're sweet, because you saw the jiu-jitsu and you said, wow, this guy must be good at fighting. The truth is, terrible. So bad. Actually not good.
but when you get somebody on the ground, though, I bet
there we go.
Good.
Yeah.
So have you ever... So I fought FaZe Sensei. I don't know if you know who FaZe Sensei is. I fought him on the first Logan Paul versus KSI. He's been boxing since he's been 4 years old. He beat me up with a liver shot. I've boxed like 6 months in total in my whole life. I've done some MMA striking and stuff and some like MMA, but really I'm a wrestler, judo, jiu-jitsu guy. So boxing is not all the way there. And I'm saying this publicly, so I have to state, I'll also beat any one of these YouTubers on any of these matches, even FaZe Sensei. Okay, probably. So
what you're saying?
I think it would be super interesting if they did a mixed martial arts or jiu-jitsu tournament for creators.
So I might be putting my own personal. I actually have a couple things to say about that. I might be putting on my own personal creator event here in Las Vegas because I live out here in Vegas. And in my personal life, I'm really tight with all these like the whole fighting community. So I could easily put that on, even if I didn't have social media or stuff. I could put that on anyway. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to invite some smaller creators, like people that I can afford to pay, maybe people with like 100K followers or less, do a boxing, grappling, MMA, amateur stuff out here. I could get that done. And I'm thinking about doing that. Also, if you guys don't know, I came on board Happy Punch Promotions with Keemstar and FuziTube. So we're all the heads of Happy Punch Promo, which is the biggest influencer boxing promotion there. So if you guys don't know, iDubbbz promoted his creator class through Happy Punch. We have a podcast, Twitter Spaces. All of our stuff is verified. We're looking at doing a lot of stuff that I can't even say, but you're going to see Happy Punch take over a lot of these events, and we're going to be doing a lot of big things both on the internet and in real life. And so that's all I can say about that. But it's very exciting. The people that we got running this is like everything they touch is gold. You know, you can like Keemstar or not, but this man is an internet genius.
Yeah, love or hate Keemstar for things he's done and said in the past or anything like that. You got to give him ups for always being relevant to some extent. You know, he's always there grinding the wave, trying to find the next big thing and working at it. And he's pretty successful at it.
So how tall are you? Because
Me?
Yeah, I think I got the fight for you.
All right, I'll tell you how tall I am, and I need to preface this with this. Do you want me to say with or without shoes on?
Doesn't matter to me.
Let's go with.
All right.
Man. We normally have shoes
with
on.
shoes on, I'm exactly 6'1.5". Without shoes, I'm 5'11.5". Timberlands on 6'2". Heels is 6'4".
Brandon Buckingham's your fight.
Who?
Brandon
Buckingham. We just signed him to Happy Punch.
I know, he's one of my friends.
Yeah.
We're
really?
working on we're working on a nice little collab.
Yeah, I
he
like
actually
that guy.
called me out for a fight.
I think I outweigh him by 100 pounds though.
But this is where I was going with this. So since you've been on, I've been called out on a fight on PK.
Okay. Is it?
I can't fight because I have a neck injury.
Mm-hmm.
Over. I think you
step in
versus
for
Brandon
you.
Buckingham. Fighting for my honor would be fucking hilarious.
Fighting for
Oh
my
my
honor.
God! What is this, Game of Thrones? This Game of Thrones. What is this? Freaking death
Trial by
battle? What's the thing?
combat.
Trial by combat.
Exactly.
Am I your champion?
Exactly.
Pick the good
Neither one of you guys really have boxed your entire life. He's a Muay Thai guy. You have your.
You get to marry Zach if you win.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot,
you get to marry
one.
me.
You better lose. Damn, you better throw it then. Oh my goodness.
I'll
marry
fight
Zach.
Brandon Buckingham if we do MMA. But also, I'm going to say this. I do think he's tall, right? What is he? 6'?
He's 6'3" or 6'2". Yeah.
But he's super like he's pretty lean guy.
170. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I walk around like 210. So
he would have to come up.
A little beefy. He would have to come up, bro. I actually got called out by a guy. I don't know if I could say it. I'm gonna say it because he didn't accept the fight. Jay Swingler, buddy, what's going on here? TGF. Apparently, his people told my people that I'm an easy fight for him. So let's do it. I said, all right, let's do it. And he's like, meet me at 165. And I said, I haven't weighed 165 since like I was 14, buddy. I fight 185. All right, I can fight 185 for sure. I could do that.
Yeah.
But I told him I'd meet 175, 180, maybe somewhere there. Because like, bro, I gotta cut off a leg to make that weight. And he's like, nah, I can't do it. But if I suck so bad, why don't you just take the fight?
Yeah.
And give up the 5-pound advantage?
Oh man, it's easy if he loses 70 pounds for me first and smokes crack for 3 months. It'll be an easy fight. Bring him on.
That's
Man.
what's going on.
Look, let him malnourish and starve himself to my weight. It'll be an easy fight. Yeah, fucking, I bet it would be.
I'll make 165 if he takes an MMA fight. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Take the rules off of it.
I'm sure you're already looking into this, but everybody who I've talked to have watched Creator fight, and I don't know if he wants to fight again, but everybody wants to see Michael Reeves back out there. Dude went insane. Like,
yes, he was definitely cracked out of his mind, just like another person that we know, Harley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that guy.
That dude needs to stop ducking me. He's like, yeah, I'll come on Real Men Talk Shit. And then doesn't answer when I ask him.
Yo, let me ask you something. Did FaZe Clips ever come on?
That. No, he didn't.
No.
What an absolute maniac.
He was supposed to come on.
He'll come on right now.
He was supposed to come on the week after you. And then he's like, dude, I have a project coming out in like 3 weeks.
He's such a busy boy.
And then after he said he'll come on in like 3 weeks, he did not respond to my DMs.
That happens with him. I'm one of his good friends, bro. He lives right next to me.
But it's like, I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want to annoy you either. So it's
hey,
like,
buddy, I'm on a podcast right now. What are you doing?
Face plant coming in.
Can I show you the people on the podcast and you say hi? Yeah. You look good. All right. Ready? Nice. All right. Here we go. Because they want you on the podcast and you didn't show up, so we're back on it now.
There you go. Now we got you on. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, homie?
Founder of FaZe Clan right here. Actually came up with the name. One of the 3 original founders. One of my best friends. Just took me to birthday dinner. Great guy. And now he's part of the RMTS podcast. Let's go.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right, bro. Thank you. That's it. Love you.
That's hilarious.
There we go.
What are you doing?
There you go. What are you doing?
Story of him starting FaZe Clan is insane too.
Bro, he's actually insane, man. Like,
How did
one
that
of my
go
best
down,
friends.
man?
You want me to tell the quick version or the very long version that takes an hour and a half?
The
long version. I got it. Here we go.
I'm
guys.
cool with either one. I'm assuming Zach's gonna tell us. Let's get the TLDR. You know.
All right, here we go. So basically, this man back when he was 14 started. So he used to, obviously we all played games. He played Call of Duty. He had a group of people that he played with. They would always play together. And so one day he's like, dude, we should just like make a team and start posting YouTube content way back in 2010, right? And they're like, okay, what should the name be? And he used to always put Haze or FaZe in his clan tag just because he thought it looked cool. Haze is like hazy, FaZe is like phasey, you know, whatever. And so they're like, okay, but what should it be? Should it be Haze or FaZe? And he goes, you know, I like FaZe better. I think it just looks cool. Let's do that. We're gonna put FaZe as a clan tag, make the YouTube channel. So he like made the YouTube channel, did all this stuff, named the thing, got the page to 100, got the machinima contract. So he had everything set up. So his Xbox ended up dying. Okay, his Xbox ended up dying. Red Ring of Death. We all have been there, seen that, right? Yep. His parents didn't really have the money for a new one, but also didn't want to buy him a new one because he's missing school, not getting good grades. He's wasting his time playing all these video games, basically, right? So what is he supposed to do, man? He doesn't have a job. He got no money. So he just stops playing video games until after high school. He stops playing games totally, loses access to the channel, all this stuff, because all the information was stored on his Xbox. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
I think
you have once, but it was at 100K, and like the sentences lined up. You're good.
It's all good.
Okay, cool. So he loses access to everything. Says, I guess whatever. Then I can't get it. I should focus on school. My parents want me to do that. He does that. The people that he recruited kept the channel going, and those are the current main guys in FaZe. While he was at a party. With a family party, one of his little cousins goes, yo, my favorite YouTuber is FaZe Clan. And he's like, what? Show it to me. And it was his channel, and it had like 1 million subscribers. He's like, no way, I made this. Like, I was the one who made this. So FaZe hit him up, brought him back, and he's been killing it at Fortnite. Me and him crush it at TikTok. We've been working together super close. We've known each other for like 5-6 years now. We lived together for half of that time, and we've been working together super close for a ton of time. So we're like a little duo. But that's basically the story. Crazy story, man.
Yeah,
crazy,
that is nuts. Almost missed out on it, it seems.
Almost.
I don't know if it's just me, but I wish this was like 5 years ago. Not because of the person who I am, but like I feel like I could put so much more time and effort into things. Like I feel like all 3 of us would fucking explode just because of like the time that we could put in and things that we could do. It's like it's weird to look back at things like that, and it's just like, oh, well, yes, we're behind, but at the same time, we're also growing at a much higher rate than a lot of stuff that's starting now. Yeah. So it's a weird place to be in.
How old are you?
I'm 28. Holy shit, that's weird.
So you also got like another 60 years to go hard at it, So you're good.
Hopefully.
You're good.
No, there's not a chance that I don't die by like 40 or 50, probably having sex because I've had too much caffeine and Adderall.
Oh, that's fine. I had like no, I didn't have a lot. I had like 600 milligrams of caffeine. No Adderall.
Though. That's how much I've had too.
It's good. That's okay. You get 1 drink when you wake up, 1 G Fuel upon waking, and 1 G Fuel upon your first stream. And then you feel great.
I gotta get back to streaming. I gotta get back to streaming.
# sponsored post.
You have a G Fuel code?
Yeah, I've been partnered with G Fuel. I actually was running the pages the last few years, so I've been partnered with them since 2015. Look, that's a G Fuel fridge right here.
Yep.
Man,
I wish they
as soon as I got my check mark on Twitch, guess the first place I went to, OvertFlow. Look, man, first place I went, I said, I got my check mark on Twitch. Let's go see about how they do this here G Fuel. They were like, nah.
Really?
They were like, no, I couldn't even put in an application. It was like, no, we're not doing this. Just because you got the check mark doesn't mean you can.
Josh,
I might have gone to the wrong website.
You want to hear something stupid?
Yes.
I've heard of people that are smaller than you, smaller than me, receive G Fuel codes.
Is it like an other country thing though? Because I've heard that like internationally,
are they picky about the character that they give it to, like the person?
Yeah, super duper picky about it. It's not. I've seen them turn down people with like millions of followers because they're like, we don't want this.
They probably Googled his name and saw his past.
Oh, really?
Well, I literally didn't even put in an application.
Games.
Yeah. Okay, the RuneScape fell. No. This is the bit. Don't think this is the one. It's probably gonna happen often.
Picky. Honestly, man, if you would have approached me about this. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't said this publicly yet, honestly. If you would have approached me a few months ago, I could have got you on there. To be honest, I had a lot of pull. My contract is currently up for negotiation. So I'm kind of in the midst of figuring out what I'm doing. You see me drinking another drink, maybe?
Yeah, I giggled about it.
I saw a Instagram post with Prime, maybe.
Oh, yeah, but that's not energy drink, so that doesn't count. That's like a delicious Gatorade. Yeah, Prime sends me flavors every month. Look at this, guys. My black belt t-shirt. Check it out. Pretty cool. Pretty legit.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Damn.
Out of pretty nice. Very nice little jersey thing. Yeah. I want to say this. This is really cool, actually. Oh, black belt club right there. This is super cool. Out of 20,000 people that have signed up at this Las Vegas Academy, only 65 have received black belts.
Oh, so that's actually the current 65. Number of people.
That was my next question.
Like Isn't that cool?
Awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy. And here I am, still not knowing how to wrestle somehow. Just got to practice, I guess. I don't know.
It's someday I'll get better. It's okay, boys.
Someday. That's how I'm feeling, bro. That's really how I'm feeling.
Wait, did he freeze? I got a random question, man. I'm a little bit behind on a lot of gaming culture, as you might be able to imagine.
It's fine.
My brother-in-laws are very much into it. They know all the big name teams and everything, for every major game. And they're obviously, big fans of FaZe Clan and stuff like that. And I've always wondered, like, what percentage, does every team have like a keyboard warriors team? And then you got your console players, or is console the meta because there's certain types of aim assists? Like, what's the real avenue? Is there one particular group more likely to make it than another in online gaming?
No, actually. I feel like it's pretty thrown up in the air. I would say that obviously like PC gaming is like the top of the top. So I play on a PC. I play on this fat PC right here.
Yep.
But I use a controller, which I just dropped on the floor. So
that's what that sound was.
Yes, that's what it was. I was confused. So I use a controller, but really it could be anything. It doesn't really matter anymore. It's not so much. When I first started watching FaZe, for example, back in the day, they would not recruit you if you were not playing on Xbox 360.
Yep.
So very interesting. But now everything's up for grabs. Even now, mobile gaming is so big that you're seeing a lot of these mobile gamers, like mobile Fortnite players, or even other games that are exclusively mobile. You're seeing a lot of these guys have 1 million subscribers or have these crazy contracts, bro. So yeah, it definitely is. And every team does have. These are our PC players, these are our PlayStation players, but it's not so much like it's not so divided as it once was, I guess. I think the biggest thing with teams now is like, this is our Counter-Strike team, this is our Valorant team, this is our Fortnite team, this is our
Call of Duty team,
Call of Duty team, or just entertainers or whatever. Look at this receipt, guys.
The hell?
I went to GameStop.
It's a GameStop receipt. That looks like a CVS receipt.
That's GameStop. That is $1.2 million worth of receipt.
I bought all these V-Bucks.
Oh my god! Yeah.
For Fortnite. These are like the Fortnite. This is how you buy skins in Fortnite.
Is that $100 fucking V-Bucks
right on the top? Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah, he dropped $20,000.
So go check out his TikTok to win V-Bucks.
Yeah, go. You guys want to see some wins here? Or you want to win some V-Bucks?
Let me think, actually. This is $11,000 worth of V-Bucks.
Bro, some poor kid just went in there with his mom, with his birthday money, to go get his ass some V-Bucks, and he just got
those cards every night.
Okay, it's funny that you say
that.
They
get those cards every night.
Oh, I'm sure. They probably got boxes, and you probably buy them on a computer anyway. Hell.
I just went into the GameStop the other day, close to my house, which is right next to the UNLV out here. And I got all of their cards that they had on the racks, and then they went in the back and got me the rest from the back, and this is all of them. So
Yep.
So this is like 40 cards or something. So yeah, some kid definitely went in later and was like, I want some V-Bucks, Mom.
Yep.
And they're all gone. I got them all.
You're not getting any V-Bucks till next week. You promised. That poor kid. But hopefully he follows OvertFlow on TikTok and maybe he has a chance to, find out where these V-Bucks
Mom,
went.
could you take me to Walmart or buy it on Amazon, please?
Actually, GameStop just sent me a gift for my birthday too.
Oh, nice.
Oh God. All right, cool. Look, sent me a little care package. It had some stuff in it. It had a shirt.
Oh, they don't hate you anymore?
Yeah,
I guess not. Thanks, guys.
They're
not holding a grudge from he leaked some Call of Duty artwork back in the day and got fired from GameStop.
Oh man. Wait, he got fired from GameStop like as an employee?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How was it? Like you were a regular GameStop employee, like just at a store?
Yeah, I was a GameStop employee at a store. I was kind of like an SJ, which is like a little bit above a regular employee. I had keys and stuff. And when the new Call of Duty was coming out, I opened up the package a little bit early and posted some content about it.
Oh,
and
okay. I got
in big trouble.
Okay, I was like, how did they catch you? I was like, this sounds like a nationwide issue. Like they would have been like, we have to pinpoint that this leak happened at this exact location. But if you did it like that, then
it was really bad. And I got in trouble. And GameStop changed a lot of their policies because of me. And so if I go into any GameStop, this is so funny. If I go into a GameStop now and they were working back in 2015, they know, like, oh yeah, I remember that email about you. It's like, sick.
Yeah. Didn't you comment on one of the PKs where they did the road to whatever Call of Duty? Hey, if you called me, I would have given it to you, or something like that.
Yes, I probably did comment that. I'm an absolute maniac as such. I would totally comment that.
So, back in the day, you used to be a story YouTuber, and like I thought about this today. I was like, holy shit, that's really fucking weird. Everybody wants to be able to show their kids stories and tell their kids stories that they lived or like their grandparents lived or whatever. And it's kind of weird that in this world, we're getting paid to tell our stories. We're going to be paid to show our kids our stories. And like, as we all grow, whether it's you or us, those stories will live on in perpetual, just sitting on the internet. For your kids to see, your kids to see. It's one of the most surreal things to think about, like as a parent being like, I'll never lose the stories because guess what? They're uploaded online. They're on my podcast and they just continually go, which is the most interesting thing in the world.
Bro, it's so interesting too, because think of this, man. Like when you see an old photograph, you can kind of imagine like, this is what my great grandparent is like, I can see that. And you have to imagine though, but not no more. Now somebody's going to come on here and say, Grandpa PJ Overt, you were such a disgusting menace.
That's your grandpa wearing ears.
Wearing real men talk shit.
Yeah. That's your grandpa wearing ears. Yeah, I'm still going to have these on even then.
I was thinking about that the other day, man. This is going to be kind of crazy that we live in an era of internet now. Like from now on, presumably, unless there's some kind of massive disaster, we've got records from here on out, man. Like my great grandkids, ostensibly. Now, I mean, I said this about MySpace at one point, and this is just flat out not fucking true. Even just 10 years later, you can't go look at my pictures on MySpace, but ostensibly, our offspring could be able to look at pictures and videos of us in the moment, hundreds of years after we're dead, unlike anything that's ever been done in generations before.
And like I'm the youngest here. I probably have, I have pictures from the first phone I got on the cloud. Like,
yep.
Somewhere up there.
Good grief, that's crazy. Yeah, up there in the
clouds.
It's
so true. But also, like, think about this, man. MySpace, you can still see my pictures because I have them on.
Half of mine are gone and half of them stayed.
Really interesting. But MySpace was really the first generation of social media, right?
Yep.
So now I'm thinking that like you're gonna.
AIM was like the only thing that had an argument before that.
Which was
AIM, AOL Instant Messenger.
Not even though, is it? Because it's not like you didn't have.
That's a little different, I would think, though. I think
like a messenger. Like MySpace, you could actually customize, make it yourself. It was like a real social media, right?
So dope.
So
I'm just saying, like that was the first step to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Transition.
And so now I think that everything's a little bit more permanent than it was, because like that was almost like experimental in a sense. If you look at it compared to Instagram now or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I think that this type of content is going to exist probably way longer than MySpace. They were probably like, this social media stuff's kind of, I don't know about all it.
Right.
But now it's like a permanent thing,
Even on MySpace, Josh, I'm sure you could go to an archive website and find uploads of.
I didn't think about that. The Wayback Machine.
The Wayback.
I might could use the Wayback Machine.
I wish my MySpace didn't get purged. I really do. They purged, I think, in like 2010 or
I think that might be happening. Like, I mean, I've got like broken bits of a MySpace profile left on my old thing now. I've got like 2 pictures and like the profile's gone and the music's gone and stuff, all the words, but I'm trying.
If you logged in within a year of the purge, you were allowed to keep your account because like you were showing as active.
When was the purge?
They deleted all the accounts that were inactive.
When was the purge?
It was like 2011, 2012, somewhere in there.
I did not make the time then. I mean, my page is there, but it's kind of broken. But 2012, I went away for a little vacation, as my mom likes to call it. Didn't come back for a little while. I didn't make that 1 year.
For a little vacation. Bro, if I close my eyes and listen to you, it feels like I'm listening to a PKA podcast.
Hey, good.
I have a all day long because I have dogs and stuff. So like if I'm gone or my girl's gone, I'll turn on YouTube or whatever on my TV. So that my dogs, you know, they like to watch some podcasts, maybe, probably. I notice they bark less. Right? They bark less if you have some TV on or whatever.
My dog loves to watch TV. He'll sit there and stare at it all day long.
This is what I'm saying. So like I turned on some random PKA episode the other day and I left and I got home and your episode was on. And so I listened to it and I was like, I got to warm up so that I remember everything to ask this guy. So here's my first question to you.
For sure, man.
All right. Do you feel like your gaming skills declined or increased during your stay in prison?
Significantly declined, man.
Shoot. Are you better now? Are they peaking again?
With practice, they can. Okay, so like on the game that I've played, I'm way better at than I've ever been, which is shitty-ass RuneScape. With FPSs, I'm getting close to where I was, but that's only playing them like 2 to 3 hours a week since I've been out.
As and opposed to all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm a full-time streamer, yeah.
Okay, and are you only playing RuneScape pretty much on stream? Is that like 90% of your game still?
It is. Today I played Minecraft, but I haven't really been feeling RuneScape as much lately. So I played Overwatch of nights lately. I was kind of leaning towards Overwatch with 2 coming out, but I keep getting banned on it and I'm over it. So honestly, I was thinking about, I'm assuming that this upcoming November that some Call of Duty's coming out. I was actually thinking about getting either into trying some more Rainbow Six Siege or Call of Duty, whatever the current iteration is. I never know.
Would you ever hop on to Fortnite?
Okay, I was going to mention this earlier, right? When I got out of prison the first time, very, very briefly, right? Everybody was like, yo, Fortnite's the best game in the world. I got back out of prison. They were like, don't download that shit, bro. That's the worst game ever. And you mentioned about how the no build came out and all these players flocked back. I would like to say, as a completely random person who has not really tried Fortnite and only knows about the meme reputation, they fixed that shit removing the build because the internet's reputation right now is not against Fortnite. Even I know that. Like, everybody's like, yo, Fortnite's popping again. Yeah, man, you could convince me pretty easily, I think. I don't know anything about it. I've never tried it.
All right. I was just curious because I feel like you should hop on Fortnite. You got a great voice and you're good. You're very charismatic and stuff. If you hopped on Fortnite, I think you do well, man, especially with the 0 build. It's like the 0 build Fortnite for you, man. You're charismatic. You get at speaking and you hop on that. You play that. It's just like Call of Duty, but third person basically now with 0 build. I have so many friends that are back on it that are mainly Call of Duty players that love Fortnite now. Yeah. You should hop on, give it a chance, man. You might see a huge bump in viewers as you get.
So
froze a little bit.
So you cut out, but
yeah.
Do Fortnite. Do Fortnite.
I'll give it a shot.
If you want me to stop at some point, just tell me I'm an asshole and I'll shut up. So I told him
that's like, enough. I've had enough of this conversation.
So I told him, I was like, people come for you. You might see a little drop off because you're not playing RuneScape, but people love you. They don't love the fact that you fucking play RuneScape.
And they love what you look.
They love you enjoying a game, enjoying what the hell you're doing. They don't enjoy watching you sit there and smack a fucking bird with a tennis racket, as it looks. That's not what they're there for. They're there to hang out with you and be a cool dude.
And it's not like
hold on, what weapon looks like a tennis racket? Now I'm confused, man.
When you're doing the clue shit, you look like you're smacking birds with tennis rackets.
Oh, I'll probably have my butterfly net on. Oh damn, I just said butterfly net on live stream. Oh shit.
What?
My nothing. It's a game, guys.
So I think that is like more poignant than a lot of people understand. Is like people come for you. They stay for you. They don't stay for the game you're playing. They don't stay for the content you're making. They stay who you are and why you're reacting to this or what you're doing. They're more in it for you than RuneScape or even Fortnite or PJ Stories. They're there for you and who you are as a person and who you are as a.
And the other thing is, like, you cast a much wider net when you play the most popular game, obviously. And I don't know about RuneScape, but I know that it was very big. Is it still very big?
Oh no, man! It's one of the nichest games imaginable. Any
so
given
nice to be in a niche.
Average online players right now is like 70, 80K, man. It's not very popular.
So it's interesting to me because, like, you cast a much wider net. So it's nice to be the big fish in the small pond. Right. I will tell you this: when I stream Call of Duty and I post 200 viewers, it's cool. When I stream Fortnite and I peak at 4,000 viewers, it makes me like Fortnite a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you some incentive to grind, huh? Is there an ELO system in Fortnite before I jump in here? Is there a ranking system? Like,
oh no, not like what do you think? You can play if you play Arena, yes.
So like, yeah, actually, Overwatch, you can be like.
But Josh, you got to realize you're going to be playing 4-year-olds. Like,
because I'm
playing not all the time. But
I hate these kids.
There's definitely going to be better people, but there's going to be people that you're better at. It's not.
Did you see when I tried Bed Wars on Minecraft? I tried Bed Wars the other day. These 12-year-olds are fucking crackheads, man. This dude come out here with some wool and a bed and just. I was like, is he cheating?
I'm not.
How did he do that? He's just He was just born with the mouse in his hand like that, playing Minecraft since he came out of the womb, you know. So, I mean, I'm down to get shitted on. That's part of the process of learning a game. It's just I don't like trying a game for the absolute first time on stream. As much as I used to think that would probably be the hypest content ever, I have found it gets really overwhelming because everybody just tries to tell me to do different shit, and everybody has their opinion about games and how they should be played. So maybe I just need to jump in it with the boys and give it a shot.
Bed Wars is one of the most competitive games in the Minecraft world. Hopping in there,
I wasn't ready.
Like your first time, I
wasn't ready, bro, and I'm probably not ready for Fortnite. But here's the thing: I meant to ask also. So you said everybody thought they were bringing back building, and they didn't. Does that mean permanently, or Fortnite works in seasons, right?
So there's two different modes. The zero build was only zero build for the first couple weeks or month or something of the new season, but now there's two options. You can play build mode or zero build.
And do you think they're going to keep that option permanently because it's so popular? It kind of
I thought they were going to remove it this new season. That just a new season launched Sunday. I thought they were going to get rid of zero build, but it's just so incredibly popular. They're never getting rid of it.
I think it would kill the game again.
So you mean to tell me right now that it turns out all along that their game, they were sitting on a gold mine, but what they thought was their unique, cool, quirky characteristic was actually holding them back. And then they remove that, and the game blows up into a new level of popularity all over again. That's amazing. That must be really shitty for the guy that drew the boards up, coming up with all the building designs and look, now you can put a nice little corner piece and a door right here, and it's nobody wants that shit, bro. Rip that shit out. We want guns.
Well, in all honesty, think of it this way. There is a uniqueness and simplicity to a game like Call of Duty. And if you add 100 people to a battle royale mode where there's not building and there's not uniqueness, and the uniqueness is the fact that it's cartoony and you can play as Marvel characters, I'm sure many more people will like being able to play as characters that you can't play as in Call of Duty and have the availability of content creation such as playing as a Marvel character or playing limited time modes like Marvel stuff.
Bro, Fortnite is the biggest crossover of all time.
They've got brands with everything, deals with everybody.
It's so insane, man. And nobody, once again, just like Keemstar, you cannot not respect how well Fortnite has done with all this internet stuff, man. They really dive into every meme, every series, whatever. They've really done it well, bro.
Yeah, they are definitely one of the best, if not the best games for
is every single gun
with current.
It's always third person. I'm sorry, Meth. I wasn't trying to cut you off. They must have kept up with it because I'm still hearing about it, And even as somebody who went away, I heard about it when I was locked up. I heard about both Overwatch and Fortnite. Before I got out of prison the first time, I knew that there was a game called Fortnite that was the biggest game in the world and that it was free. I'd read a whole article about how they had argued over whether or not it was going to cost money and all this. And so I get out. The only time that I've literally ever tried it was the day that I met the man that is now my brother-in-law. When I went over to meet my girlfriend's family. Now she's my wife, of course. And he was sitting there playing Fortnite. Probably smoked all the way out. Like, yo, this is the dude I saw on YouTube, and he's with my sister, now. And he was like, hey, yeah, you haven't played a game in a long time, right? I sat down, got him smoked, and that was about it. And I was like, cool, I just remember thinking the graphics were outrageous. I'd never seen a curved monitor before. You guys probably think that's hilarious, but that was the first game that I'd seen since 2012, and it was 2017 or something. So I sat down and I was like, God almighty, I'm getting motion sick looking at this game right now. It's so realistic. It feels like I'm in a fucking airplane, you know? But the number one thing that I noticed was that all the shit popping up everywhere, man. Before I got smoked for him, I just noticed all the shit building up, and I'm sitting here. He's like, click in and drag, click in and drag to build. And I was like, I don't. And he got headshot. And
yeah,
I immediately decided I'm too old for this. I can't do this. But no build. Fuck it. Let's get in there and piss some dudes off, man. I'll get in there and piss off some teenagers. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be really fun. And OvertFlow, I asked this last time, and I have to ask again. Don't
make him ask a thrice time.
No. I just have to ask if it changed. He did answer me last time. Hikaru signed with TSM, which is the biggest chess streamer out there. Does FaZe have any plans of getting into chess streamers?
I have no idea, but I can say this. If it pulls viewers, everybody's interested at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Myth. As I've told you. The great wizard Myth. Please start streaming chess so that way you actually can make something.
Heck yeah, stream chess. I love chess, bro. Like, I actually love chess. I'll get absolutely smacked. I played chess in school. I was in the chess club, all that stuff. Love chess. Big chess boy here. I play chess at parties when everybody's drunk. I'm the guy who finds the chessboard and is like, you, random person, me, let's do it.
Dipshit.
Damn, I'm the victim in that story. I've been on the other side of that story a lot of times. All of a sudden, there's a finger pointing at me. Do you know how to play chess?
That's me. Fuck. You ran into me.
We sit in fucking Discord calls. He'll be halfway to fucking drunk. He'll be like, boys, it's time for blindfolded chess. And then he has somebody call out the places on the board. He memorizes them and still plays chess at least a 1200 rating.
I don't know what like 1200 rating means, but you're sick.
Better than average.
Better than average with a blindfold on.
Yeah,
memorizing.
He has to memorize where everything is.
Bro,
I suck at chess. I just know how the pieces move.
I just play all the time. I love chess.
I can't. I just know how the pieces move. I always tell people I don't know how to play chess. I know how the pieces move. Mm-hmm. Big difference.
So
the first or second time I played with him, he's like, "Oh, you did a Sicilian." I was like, "Oh, look, you had a name for it. This will be the last time I ever play with you because now I have reached my peak."
So in jiu-jitsu, so I did regular chess, and in jiu-jitsu, it's like everybody always compares it to chess because there's a lot of thinking. So all my belts have I get a chess piece embroidered on it.
Nice
so,
bishop.
Yeah,
sick.
Bishop. The next one I get is the queen for the black belt. So I just ordered my belt. It takes like six weeks for them to custom make a nice belt, and they're like $150 or something. But literally my favorite belts because it's like this is chess, but with my body and a UFC fighter.
Metaphor to it, yeah, absolutely.
The metaphor.
Yeah, on a Myth shirt that we released a shirt for each one of us. I put and hand drew a chess piece with like this mythical spider that was a skull. It's super cool. I hand drew a full entire chess piece for him because like it's a major part of his like persona.
Yeah, that's sick. That's super dope.
Yeah. Also, normally don't interact with chat, but there was two things that I want to point out. Josh's mic is peaking. It auto adjusts. You're fine. Don't touch it. It does auto adjust, and I edit all of those out during the time when I edit the podcast. That's my job. I can't fix that live. I can turn him off auto adjust, but it will still peak just as bad.
I just realized my gain is up for some reason, and I don't know why. It's normally not nearly this high.
You change your inflection a lot. So.
Somebody said some reason, whenever I look at Zach, I can't get Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends out of my head, which is fucking.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
That one was too good not to point out. If you do genuinely put a funny comment in the chat, I'm going to giggle, and if I giggle hard enough, I will say it out loud. I'm just not going to call all of them out because some of them are shit.
Were you Wilt, the basketball player? Like, who the fuck does he think? Why? I don't know.
Blue.
That was just
maybe Blue.
That's Blue is the first thing I thought of because he's the famous character. He's got the blue shirt on. I guess I don't know.
Exactly the same.
This is way too random.
I love your shirt, by the way. Nightmare Before Christmas. Really good show.
Thank you, man. I like this one. I like the tie-dye style shirts, and I got this at Disney, so it was outrageously overpriced. But it's authentic merch.
It's from Disney. Now it's got a story behind it, you know?
It's authentic merch, and for that price, it started kind of scuffing up in only 2 washes. So thanks, Disney. Appreciate that.
You can't dry it. You can't dry those ones.
I found that out the hard way, I guess. That's what it did it. But I kind of like the stress tees anyway. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But I was just kind of like,
vintage.
okay.
Vintage,
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend it's vintage. It's pretty much brand damn new, but I'm gonna pretend like it's vintage. If anybody asks, I'll be like, "Oh, I got this when it came out."
Exactly.
Which was what 1999 or something, 1995 when fucking Nightmare Before Christmas came out. I don't even know.
Yeah, 95, I think.
Something like that.
I've never seen that movie.
It's one of the best movies of all time.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time, and as far as like imagination and beauty and hauntingness go, and it's great.
I can't get past the art style.
It's stop motion.
Inuyasha.
Oh, wow.
Hey, damn that! Yeah, that's the kind of prints I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of like similar. That's why it reminded me.
Yep, I love that kind of shit. Unfortunately, like half of my shirts are that, so it doesn't have as much effect if all your shirts do it. But still,
that's true. You gotta bust them out on special occasions.
It's got to be like Thursday thing or like every other Wednesday. You know, you can't just be popping the tie dye kind of colors all the time.
I mean, you gotta wash or just toss it in, wear it every day.
Yeah, this hoodie you can't even get anymore. This hoodie was released on my birthday. I released it. It's a Facebook logo upside down, and it says banned because I was banned for a full entire month from Facebook.
What? For what?
So I posted a meme on the Real Men Talk Shit Facebook page that said, all of these things are silencers. And it had a silencer on an AK-47, a silencer on an MP5, a silencer on an M4, and then a picture of Mark Zuckerberg.
That's simple.
Makes sense. He probably
and then just proves you true, you know,
and said, that's upsetting, banned.
Proved his point. Yep.
Yeah.
Proved his point. Yeah, exactly. I actually just got banned off of my TikTok stream the other day. We had something like 2K viewers in there, and I was super stoked. It was going very well, and then I got banned for illegal activities and weapons manufacturing.
What?
You got
just
banned
from auto
TikTok?
reports?
It was an auto algorithm thing. I was not doing anything like building any type of weapon. So I messaged TikTok and I said, "Dear TikTok, I'm upset."
What the fuck?
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, our bad." I was like, "Yeah, well, your bad doesn't fix my stream numbers."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that sucks.
Was that completely an algorithm, or was that a false flag report? Those things. Oh, phase logo on it. Oh, that's sick.
That's so badass. But is that what got you reported? Is that what you're saying?
No, but that's funny if it was.
Oh man, dude, I thought you said you pulled that. I thought you meant like when you pulled that thing up for emphasis. I was like,
I know that's why I did it.
Don't even look at that, Josh. You'll get at least another 6 years. Be careful. Don't look.
Hey, you know, we're not allowed to be around a bullet. You know, a bullet. Every bullet that a felon's caught with is a year. Them little balls right there, at least 6 months. I better say
they do hurt. They sting. They sting.
Oh well, then 8-9 months maybe per ball. Then that might, you know, and it's got a trigger on it.
The other day, I saw 999 silver bullets that they sell on Amazon, and I was really, really tempted to send one to you because I thought it would be funny. But
it's not funny. It's
a year.
No, you can't shoot it. It's pure silver. It's solid.
Man, but you can't shoot the gun that my cellmate got caught with that's serving 30 years either, bro. But the feds are the feds. They do what they want to do.
I know. I would never do it.
Funny.
Josh could have frozen bullet whiskey like coolers in his freezer. And they'd give him 5 years for it.
Yeah, no problem. Easy peasy.
Bro, okay, so check this out, guys. As I'm on this, guys, TikTok updated their app. Now, when you look at your notifications, it tells you who's live at the very top.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. They're adding stuff as we go. Also,
that's big for your career, especially over
lives.
It is not copyright infringement because, number one, I hand drew everything. The likeness of Facebook logo is not usable, but it is under fair use because I hand drew it and it is not copied and pasted. It is all done by hand.
Yeah, that's fair use. Yep, I would agree with that. That is not against the law for you to sell that. Sure, if you were selling it, which you didn't, you said, but is that what you said?
No, I completely did. It was
parody. I thought you said it was only available
you can't buy it anymore. Yeah.
Yes, you can't buy it anymore.
Okay. I thought you said you can't buy it, like as in you made one for yourself.
made a nice tongue-in-cheek joke out of it as well. The Facebook logo being upside down is like the United States flag being upside down, saying that our country's in peril. The application is in peril because they banned me off Facebook.
Threats made. Transmitting interstate and foreign commerce. Threats to kill and injure the person of another. I heard that, Zach. 841. No, I'm just kidding. Was it 875C? Yay, I'm starting to forget my own charges. Zach, I think you just transmitted threats to kill and injure, my friend.
No, man. Never. I only promise those.
That's you ever heard about that RuneScape nerd? You got to watch out doing that shit. You got to be careful, man.
Yeah, I heard people telling him to remove felon from his name today. That was pretty interesting.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm hearing him out on that, but the thing is, RuneScape felon is my nickname, in my opinion. That's not my actual internet name, in my opinion. That's just what people jokingly called me, you know. I see his point. I think he's got a good point. But like I also said,
the moniker of it, though,
if it was coming down to sponsorships and stuff like that, or whether or not people are going to look at me for that, I'm assuming they're going to take the time to fucking Google me. So one way or the other, they're going to find out I'm a felon if we're looking at endorsement anyways. Mm-hmm. So the way that I see it is, if I'm upfront about it, sarcastic about it, and blunt about it, then I'm just disarming whatever. I'm wearing it as an armor, I guess. Mm-hmm. I am a felon. No, exactly. It was for RuneScape, so I might as well fucking get that out of the way. Anybody that Googles my name is going to say, "Wait a minute, you went to prison? It was for RuneScape." So let me.
It's going to be the first thing that pops up. You're going to have to go 5 pages down to not find that.
And then they're going to either think that I was like lying to them, or I'm trying to cover it up, or something, And then it just seems like it could be a bigger Pandora's box for me to not acknowledge it. So I might as well embrace it and just turn it into a sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek thing,
And if you lean into it, and this is like business. So as I said before, if you don't want me to go any farther, just say it. If you lean into like conservative ideology, which you do shade that way because you're like free speech.
Classic liberal.
Yeah, like the lightly right kind of stuff. You have the right side companies that are willing to be like, hey, this is a free speech advocate that they're going to throw dollars at.
Potentially, I prefer to stay out of politics unless it is a bipartisan thing, and I think that free speech and this issue in particular could be a bipartisan thing. As a matter of fact, it actually was a bipartisan issue when it went up.
You would think that free speech would be bipartisan and everybody just agrees, but for some reason,
but both sides,
partisan
thing. But the best part is that both sides think the other side is not doing it. Ooh,
yeah. Oh, I know it's stupid.
Before you say, but one side's not, I'm just going to say, but both sides accuse the other side of doing it.
I know, bud. It clears you. You're good. I know what my platform is. I got you, bud. No worries.
Well, yeah, I don't know about doing any kind of I don't know, man. As far as sponsorships go, which is I think what he was talking about to begin with, I don't think felon's going to be the holdback. I think the crime in the first place would be the holdback, not the title. Yeah, exactly. I tried to come up with a cool, catchy name to maybe we could talk to Overt about this. Like I tried to come up with something cool. Like I thought Reformity was a cool one, but it was taken on Twitch. Like you got a deformity, but you're reformed. I don't know, just kind of trying to come up with something that was kind of a catchy, something that I could use as a substitution name, because I never knew I was going to be a Twitch streamer. My dumb ass made my Twitch name J Pilalt. I've got my last name is like there's 4 of us in America, or I guess like 6 now that I'm married with a baby or something. It's fucking hard to spell. It's aggravating. The RS felon was already taken, obviously. So I just kind of I just kept streaming from J Pilalt, and I was trying to come up with something cool to change it to, which would be a complete and total rebrand. And then I'm nervous, if somebody types in my old shit, would it change?
I've got it.
Yes, it does.
What is it?
It's so easy. It's so incredibly easy, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Josh Pillows. That's it. It's Josh.
That's Pillows. The most common mispronunciation.
Pillows?
Pillows?
People say pillow? Okay.
Pillow.
All right.
Pillow is apparently very close to the actual French pronunciation.
Yeah. That makes sense. But I like Josh Pillows because it's something that everybody's familiar with. Let me tell you where I messed up. All right. I picked OvertFlow because I thought it was I was super genius guy coming up. I made this name when my friend made music. His older brother had a studio, and we were like 10. His older brother was like 20. He's like, you guys can come in the studio, but we got to call you by your rapper names, your hip hop artist, your beat making name, your DJ name, whatever. Come up with a cool name. OvertFlow. When a song's got a good flow, and then I was thinking like Overflow, like cool songs, and I was like, overt means obvious flow. And then I put it all together. That was my gamer tag. My biggest regret is not making it something way simpler. So now I separate it. Now I separate the word so people can see it's OvertFlow.
Yeah,
that's how I do it now. But my name is PJ, like pajamas. The easiest name in the world. Why would I not just run with that? You know what I mean? So Josh, I would say like Josh Pills or something easy, but that sounds a little druggy. That's like if you're an emo, R&B, punk rock artist or something. But Josh Pillow, everybody knows what a pillow is. Easy. Just like Ninja. Think of Ninja. The easiest thing in the world.
That's what I was trying to think of, was something simple like that wasn't taken. Obviously not a word like, Ninja. He got, I guess, super lucky with that one.
Yeah.
That's a very highly taken username.
He was Ninja's Hyper until like 2 years ago. He was Ninja's Hyper.
Okay.
So he just got it when he got big. He just got the regular Ninja. But if you were just like, if you wanted to rebrand, I would do something like that, man. Josh Pillows is like so easy.
I got a funny one.
I got to say, I personally think a lot of my ex-convict friends would probably never let me hear the end of that, because that kind of sounds like a prison gay thing. Like Pillows.
Are they all sub to you on Twitch? Do they pay your bills through
only
their
that
Twitch
guy is. But you got a good point. The man's got a point.
The boy in the striped pajamas.
Seems long.
Wait,
is it like a really dark movie?
Oh yeah.
Striped pajamas
because prison jumpsuit.
Prison outfit. Yeah.
Isn't there a movie? Isn't there a movie called that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
I don't know. I don't think that'll fit. Twitch.tv/the boy in the striped pajamas. Come on, everybody, head on out here.
Yeah, I would definitely think of, like, if you ever change, like, Josh Pillows is so close to your name, and it's so easy for people to remember. Because right now, I like it when you say like Volt, but with pill in front.
Pill Vault.
That's how I remembered. Yeah. Which is cool. And so you can make that work. But if you were ever to change it, make it something simple. Obviously, Josh Pillows is easy. Also, having your name out there is really good for like news articles and stuff. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, nobody wants to put the R's Felon in one.
or you be as lucky as me and have a millionaire give you a nickname about your
hot loads.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yours is also good and easy.
Gamer tag.
Like a French dude tried to spell pillow is basically.
You want to go over that story real fast? How you got your name?
Oh yeah,
that's pretty short.
So I had 2 kids before I was 19, and Woody thought that Kyle told him that I had 4 kids before the time I was 20, and he said that motherfucker's shooting some hot loads. And then Kyle's like, well, we couldn't name him Bad Choices, Zach. We couldn't name him. It was another form of Bad Choices. So we just went with Hot Load, Zach, and that's what they stuck with.
Here we go.
And now we know you as Hot Load Zach, the man of hot loads, and even hotter questions, and even hotter sauce.
Exactly.
Stay tuned to our hot sauce brand coming out soon.
Oh God. Can we sponsor with Cholula? We can use the clip.
Dude, if we have that clip, they will definitely sponsor us. They'll be like, this motherfucker carries Cholula in his pocket. This is the man. He lives, breathes, and bleeds fucking Cholula.
Josh, he's fitting in with you so badly, he carried that in his prison pocket.
Oh,
now,
God.
PJ, we've been doing this at every single episode so far. And I figured that you can choose the number. Obviously, we've done a couple of these. So if I tell you no, you got to skip it.
This was a quick podcast. I didn't realize you were doing that. Yeah, it's story time. Wow.
So obviously, go check out OvertFlow on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch.
With a T in it.
No, I'm a retard and read it together because that's how his URL is. He doesn't have a hyphen in there. Make sure to check out OvertFlow on everything. He's a cool fucking dude.
He's a legendary gamer, y'all. If you didn't know,
he was one of my best friends in the space. He
go win some V-Bucks.
Go show him some support.
Come find out whether or not he gave you good advice on trying Fortnite. You guys want to see us play Fortnite? Hey,
exactly.
So the story list.
Maybe PJ could play with JP, and then we'll have a really, really fun time.
Damn, if you weren't already on a team, man, if you weren't already on a professional sports team, there would be a lot of foundation there. JP and PJ, they could come up with something sick for that.
RMTS just turned into PJJP. It's okay. So we've been ending every single podcast off with one of my crazy fucking stories. So I put a link in the chat, and I'm going to preface this for 2 seconds, and then you guys can tell me a number that you guys want to hear. So somebody decided to comment, I don't remember where the fuck it was, that I am borderline autistic and all of my stories are fake. And no, kind sir, I tell these stories because I think it would be interesting for my kids to be able to hear all of the details that I remember from some of these stories from like when I was 3 and 4 and really, really fucked up shit to shit that happened last year. And being able to actually articulate those things and remember the details now, it makes it 10 times easier to be able to tell it now and then not have to bring it out of my ADHD mind and relay it to them when they're older. So not only do you guys get to see what I've dealt with and see what I've been through, but you guys also get to enjoy the content that is my crazy fucked up life that most people didn't get to see or understand.
Yeah. So go ahead and either give it a quick scroll and find one that's interesting, or you can just pick a random number from like 1 to 46. I guess we're at.
46. But some of them have been read, so I will.
I was going to ask if you'd adjusted the numbers ever.
No, I was going to tab them so that way it was still in order. But if you tab them, then it creates it a sub comment of the one above it, which makes it a pain in the ass.
But OvertFlow, you want to?
DJ.
I'm picking a number?
Yeah. Yes. Or looking through the list and telling us which one you want.
I'm kind of nervous. Can I pick
it's
5?
In private chat. 5. Let's see.
Karen. Okay.
No, I told that one last week.
Okay, let me look at it because I didn't even.
I thought we did one last week.
One was last week.
Then that was the week before. That was the dyke beating up the child, and then me having a fist fight with him the week before.
Oh my God! Me F5ing the fat kid. I thought that meant something else. I was like, yo, F5? What's going on here?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's finishing move. You put him on. He puts him on his shoulder.
Okay. I thought you were like.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I thought, yeah.
F5, like kill him, like cancel it or something.
No, these are like ways to refresh my mind in order to be able to tell the story without giving it away, so that way people can look at it and understand where I'm going to go. But they
have you done 25? 25?
No, I haven't.
Let's do that one.
So actually, I can throw 2 stories into this because they literally were back-to-back days. So I'll start off with the first one, and the second one makes it even better. So in 9th grade, because I was with my wife in 10th grade. Yes.
You were married?
No, I got.
No, but the girl that became his wife.
Yeah. So and I had to preface it with that because crazy shit happened. So I had a very, very rowdy friend group, and I kind of was like friendly with everybody. So the way our school did standardized testing was like you came in waves. So the first part of the day that had testing in the first part of the day came in normal school time. So you went to school at like 6, 7 o'clock. You had your test start at 8 o'clock, and then you were done by 11. And then the second wave of people came in at 11:30, and then the buses were there to take the people that only had tests in the morning, and it kind of like rotated that way. So I went in the afternoon, and there was like 3 people on the bus. But when I got to school, there was like a full entire cafeteria worth of people.
Right.
And there was like a crowd of people standing by the door. And it was like my group of friends, really, really fucked up. This friend group had a 500-pound dude who had dreads who told me at least 4 times to please stay home, that tomorrow's going to be a bad day and you wouldn't make it out. And shit like that. So like gothic, very emo, very, very bad friend group. This friend group also had some sluts in it. You know, emo sluts. Yeah.
What's their Instagram?
At Jabba the Slut, she's gained a little weight.
Oh, God.
I had a really funny joke. I'm not going to say that one. Remind me to tell you that one after the show. So one of them was a Russian slut. One of them was like an emo slut. You know, her name was Cheyenne. It was really kind of weird. Russian chick. Her name was Nina, which was like super stereotypical. She had the roundest ass in the world. So these 2 girls walk up to me. I will. I'm getting there. So these 2 girls walk up to me and they're like, Zach, you're looking good today. I was like, you know, I'm 6'2" and like 150 pounds. I don't look like a 10, but you know, I really don't look less than a 5 because I'm not overweight and ugly. So I had these pants. They were like the weirdest snowboarding pants in the world. They had like elastic straps that went into the sides of them that like tightened. And because I'm fucking 6'4" and 150 pounds, I cannot find pants that fit. So they start stripping me. First taking off my hoodie, which it was a zip hoodie. And they take that off. One of them starts wearing that. Then they take off my top shirt. And they're like, oh, look, you got a wife beater on. I guess you're fine. Then they take off my pants in the middle of the fucking cafeteria. And I'm so lucky that at this point, I'm wearing fucking basketball shorts on underneath my pants because I was still gangster at this time and like still knew to make sure to wear basketball shorts underneath your saggy pants because you don't want your ass showing. And then they got really ballsy. And I didn't know where the hell this was going. They took off my shorts as well. Now I'm standing there with like a half chub, and I was very happy I was at a half chub at this point. I'm standing there in the middle of my cafeteria.
Looked like he was packing heat.
75 people in it, in just my boxers and my shoes and a tank top. I'm like, fuck, man. You know, this is a really, really weird fucking situation. Being stripped by a Russian slut and a very, very emo slut. And, you know, there's like 3 or 4 other people.
Are there other people like paying attention to this?
Yes,
are there people
there's
looking
a circle
at you
around me?
Oh,
and like, how do you interact with that? Like, do you like make out with one of them? Do you just not interact? I went not interact.
You said, do you make out? And before you finished that, Overt was like,
yeah.
Do you make out with them? He was like, yes.
I'm like socially retarded at this point. So like, I don't even know where the hell this is going. Like, I don't know if I'm fucking these broads or like shit
or whatever. I mean, in the cafeteria.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the fuck's about to happen.
He's like, I'll throw down. I'll whip it out. I don't give a fuck.
This is like party level shit right now. This girl has been all over me all year, let alone now when I'm being stripped. It's kind of a weird situation. So nothing else happened. They got me down to my boxers, and then they called everybody for the bus. And so I had.
So you're standing there with a boner in your underwear.
Yeah, I had this lunch lady that looked like a bulldog, and she sees
like,
me in just my boxers and my tank top, and she's like, "Zach, what the fuck are you doing? Get dressed, you fucking idiot." So I pull up my pants, I pull up my shorts, and I'm like, "It's all good. I'll hang out in my tank top," and I sit down because they took my fucking hoodie and they took my shirt. So I'm like, I'm just hanging out in a fucking wife beater now in the middle of fucking January. I was not fucking happy. So the next day happens. I come to school in a wife beater and a sweatshirt because what the fuck's gonna happen? I was just stripped yesterday. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, Zach, you been fucking talking shit, you fucking retard? You been talking shit? And he goes to swing at me, and he fucking misses and punches the wall. He's like, you've been really, really fucking talking shit? And I guess he had a box cutter in his hand. And he fucking swiped my wrist as he swung. Like, he missed me that fucking close. Like, he swiped my wrist. And I ended up tripping him as he like swung the second or third time. And he like went and slid out of the cafeteria because we were by the door. And like that separated us enough to where the shit ended because the bulldog faced fucking lunch lady, who was like 76 years old, got in between us because she was a parole officer at one time and like just had the balls of steel. Like, she was the lunch lady that was 4'5", but weighed like a good 250, and you knew
didn't
not
take shit off of nobody. Yeah.
Like, she would shit talk you because she thought it was fucking funny. So we separate, and I got called to go to the bus, and my bus
Why do you think
driver
you were talking shit about him?
I didn't even fucking talk to this kid. Like, didn't fucking talk to him.
So he just tried to murder you in a public school for no reason? You just schizophrenic or something? Holy shit.
Like, you legitimately shit? Where is it? I don't even know if the camera will pick it up.
Yeah, I
have a scar across the back of my entire wrist because like it went across my entire wrist.
He must have been mentally ill.
It was a razor blade.
Yeah, it was a box cutter.
Yeah.
So
that would have killed you. What the hell was wrong with this guy?
So like, I get on my bus, and my bus driver also was a smartass. He would commentate fights if you got into a fight on the bus. And then he would stop the bus, commentate the fight, and be like, are you retards over this? Like, are we done now? And then separate you, and then make one sit in the front, one sit in the back. And he's like, Zach, I guarantee you're going to fucking clean up the bus if you continue bleeding all over my bus. What the fuck happened to you? And I look down, and my entire fucking hand is red. He's like, you're lucky you're actually fucking hurt and it's not your knuckles bleeding, because I would make you fucking clean up this bus. Do you need me to call an ambulance for you? Like, are you good? I was like,
got you that. How wide is the cut? Like, how?
It goes from like the bone on the back of, it was from the bone on the back of my wrist to just under my thumb. It literally slit the entire back of my wrist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He didn't go to prison or anything for like attempted murder or
no. So
aggravated assault?
The next day, I contacted the school. I went in directly to the principal, not because I was being a tattletale, because like, you're fucking getting cut in school. What the fuck is going on? Like, I'm a loud, obnoxious person, but I don't talk shit. Like,
yeah,
I'll call you out for being a retard.
Didn't do apparently.
Yeah, but that's about it. And I was like, dude, I didn't even talk shit, man. And like, this dude's throwing razor blades. He had the razor blade in his pocket that day. And who knows what